Have you ever heard of a real-life vampire? This is about a legend of a vampire who really lived like Dracula. His name was Jure Grando, and he lived in a small village called Kringa in Croatia. He died in 1656 at the age of 79. After that, this story unfolds. For 16 years after his death, the village of Kringa was filled with fear and sorrow. Awakened from the dead, Jure Grando started walking around the village, terrorizing its people. One day, he went to a house and knocked on the door. A few days later, a member of the household that he visited died. The people of Kringa soon realized that if they heard a knock on their door at night, it was a sign that someone in their house would die. They knew Jure would kill a family member. Jure Grando had left his wife behind when he died, and he began visiting her every night after his death. With his rotted and ferocious face, he terrified her nightly. After 10 years of terror, the village had turned into a graveyard. One night, a person who was too frightened to carry a cross approached Jure. When Jure saw the cross, his eyes filled with tears. He retreated and disappeared. The next day, several villagers gathered to chase Jure and tried to drive a wooden stake through his chest, but it was unsuccessful. One afternoon, they decided to dig up Jure's grave. When they unearthed his body, they saw that Jure was lying with a smile on his face. Shocked by this, they tried to drive a wooden stake into his chest again, but the stake could not penetrate his skin. Then, a villager stepped forward with a saw and began to cut off Jure's head. As the saw broke through his skin, blood spurted from his body, just like that of a living man. As soon as the head was severed from the body, Jure's body awoke from death, and his head let out a terrifying scream. After a while, both Jure's head and body calmed down, and finally, peace returned to the village of Kringa.